Hey guys, it's Cody Church. I'm back again this week to make another video for you guys. This week has been a long, stressful week filled with midterm exams, so I'm excited to be making a video for you guys. So stay tuned to watch the video.
Polo sport on my shorts, crib with a tennis court. Spark the blunt and drop the top. CDG with polka dots. In that vintage Tommy coat. Hit the weed and I'm afloat. Ay, Gucci denim jacket.
Alright guys, I just want to kind of start it off by saying thank you so much for all the support and positive feedback you guys have been leaving on my videos. It really means a lot. So now let's get into this question that you guys have been asking me. Why did I switch from Panasonic to Sony? I'm going to start off by saying this just so you guys don't leave any comments about this. I did upgrade. These cameras are not in the same price range. So obviously it's not like a fair comparison. I'm not really comparing them. I'm more off just telling you guys why I switched. So like what are the advantages to this camera that the other camera did not have? Alright, so pretty much the main reason I upgraded, it all kind of revolved around one central idea, and this was the sensor size on the Panasonic G7. As most of you know, Panasonic cameras have a micro four thirds sensor in it, which is, I think it's about half the size of a full frame sensor. Actually, it's probably smaller than that, honestly, but it's smaller than APS-C. So yeah, it's a pretty small sensor, and on the Panasonic G7, I just really did not like this sensor. Some of the things could have been my fault, others I know were the camera's fault, so let's get into it. So the sensor, I really just, like I said, did not like it. I 9 times out of 10 hated the images that came out of the camera. Again, that could have been maybe my fault, I don't know. I never really took pictures with it because it always discouraged me from taking pictures because I could never get that picture that I wanted out of that camera. So yeah, that kind of steered me away from photography for the past year. And other than that, I mean, it was good with videos, but pictures I just never really enjoyed that much. So again with this, the low light on the camera was absolutely horrible. I'm sure you hear that a lot, but honestly it was really bad. Like I didn't believe how bad it was. Once you got around over 800 ISO, for me that's where it peaked. It brought in so much noise into the shot and it was just hard to deal with. You try to color correct video that you shot in over 800 ISO and you're gonna start seeing a lot of noise in there. I even had a speed booster too for the G7, so it brought in an additional stop of light from my lenses, but even that, you know, it's a little finicky and it's really not doing that much. I mean, it does do a pretty significant amount, but not enough to improve the low light performance of the camera in a way that made me think that it was better. Another common problem I had with the G7, which took place in pictures and videos, was never being able to get the proper sharpness. Some shots I would have like really detailed images in frame or in focus, I guess, and then other shots just not so much. I don't know. It could have been, again, like my fault. Certain times I know it was my fault, but other times when you like look at it through the body, you're like, oh, that looks great, and then you bring it onto your computer and you see there's no sharpness in the shot and you're just left there questioning what went wrong. Again, like I said, that probably could have been my fault, but I just never figured out what the reasoning behind that was. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about why I switched to Sony, the A7s to be specific. But basically it fixes all of those problems I just listed above, so let's kind of talk about those now. The Sony A7s has a full frame sensor, so I'm getting more dynamic range, more detail, and then it's obviously better in low light too. So all of that right there pretty much just solves the problems that I was having with the G7 on paper. It's commonly known that the A7s is super good with video, but I think it's pretty underrated for taking photos as well. I've been taking some really impressive photos on this camera body. I'll throw some up right here. And I never really expected to be taking this good of quality of pictures, and it really has got me excited about photography again, and I've been starting to take more pictures, and it's really fun. Like, I'm glad I'm getting back into photography while having a great video camera at the same time. Like I kind of mentioned before, the bitrate when it's shooting in 1080p is a little bit higher. I think it's actually double roughly as the G7 on the A7s. So that allows me to take it into Premiere and color grade it a little bit more without losing nearly as much detail or introducing noise as quickly as the G7. So basically this camera fixes all the previous problems I was having with the G7, which is why I chose this camera. Obviously, like I was saying in the beginning of the video, there's a very big price gap between the two cameras, so don't take this as a comparison video. So let me know what you guys think down below. I'm not sure, maybe they fixed some of these problems with the GH5. I've never used a GH4 or a GH5, just the G7, so maybe the micro four thirds sensor isn't that bad on those cameras, but for me, full frame was the way to go. So I hope you guys are having a great day, and peace out.
I fuck